And then all of a sudden she's screaming on the radio, officer down, officer down. I throw it in reverse, go hauling out of the parking lot, go flying down there, get out, go running over to her. So she's taking a position of cover behind the tree. I come running up, we find Crispin, she comes back over now. You can tell that he's got a gunshot wound to the top of his head. And his eyes are shut, but they're bulging from the overpressure. And so I go, oh geez, he's bleeding everywhere. And I'm like, all right, let's start CPR. I check, he has no pulse. I'm like, let's start CPR. So we start pulling his uniform off. I take his gun belt off. I sprint back to my car, throw it in my car so his gun's secure. We get his vest off, and then we started doing CPR on him. We were trading on and off doing CPR, because if you've ever done CPR like for legit on someone, it's exhausting and it's hardcore, especially when you're trying to do it to your friend. So when we're trading on and off, doing CPR, I'm trying to plug the hole that's now on the top of his head, because every time we're pumping, it's just pumping out. And so I put my hands over top of it, it's still just coming out from my hands. Fire and EMSA get there. They get him and they hook him up and everything and find out he's got a faint pulse now. EMSA and fire take him. I'm like exhausted and I can't believe what happened. So I go sit, because we're in a park, I go sit in a swing set and I'm like sitting there and I'm like literally looking at my hands and they're like covered in blood. And I have some of his brain matter on my fucking pants and I'm like sitting there and I can't believe what just happened. And we had an old guy who, great dude, he had been on the department for a long time. His name was Steven Richburg. He comes over and he grabs me by the shoulder and he goes, come here, we're gonna wash your hands off. So he takes me over to the fire truck and tells one of the fire guys, hey, wash his hands off now. And so the fire guy starts, they wash my hands off. And one of the canine officers comes up and goes, hey, we're going on the track. Do you wanna come with us? I'm like, absolutely. And so I run back to my car, I grab my shotgun, we go on the first track. We find 4 guys inside the perimeter who are sweating, and they're just like kind of roaming around, and it's like, okay, something's wrong here. Well, we end up looking at their hands, and they actually have little puncture holes in their hands. And so that whole park is surrounded by a chain link fence when it's got those sharp little things on top. So we're like, okay, now we know these guys jumped a fence. Immediately, they're like, oh yeah, we were there, it wasn't us, it was this guy, he did it. And his uncle or whatever stays in an apartment, and it's literally right on the other side of the fence from the park. So our attack team ends up surrounding the house. They end up calling him out. He comes out peacefully. We ended up finding the gun. He had hid it in like a crawl space under the apartment. And then there was a bag of weed in the trash can right next to Crispin.